Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hi, my name is Shani, I'm 24 and I live and work in London as a consultant. This video is a 6 months checkup on my dream job and how I am doing. So if you don't know, 6 months ago I started working as a consultant here in London. I'm working in project management. If you haven't watched my testimony video, you can click on the little card here and you can watch that. But basically I just wanted to have a little video where I'm updating you on how I've settled in, what actually my role is like, and what are my challenges, what are my rewards, and what I do on daily basis for those that aren't aware of project management and this career path. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is my settling in process. When I joined the company, there was a team who was responsible for how the graduates are going to settle in, ensuring that we feel comfortable in our team, that we feel comfortable with the work that we are doing. So there was like constant check-in meetings on us. So the whole process was very smooth. I got a chance to meet my cohort. We bonded so well. We developed such a good friendship and it's so much fun to work with them. I love my team. My team is incredible. And also the wider team members from the whole company are so accommodating. Everybody, regardless of their grade, were so intentional in ensuring that we feel valued and ensuring we know that they've made the right decision by hiring us. The whole process was just filled with so much intentionality. And even the head of my division made time to meet with me. We have every 3 months we have meetings with the head of PPM of project management. So down to earth. There is no bureaucratism or anything like that. It's almost as if if you have a problem, you can reach out and there will be someone who will be able to help you, regardless of their grade or the work that they're doing. The first few weeks I just realized where the Lord has put me, and that this was exactly where I should be, and I'm so grateful for that. I've never felt so on the right place and in His will. So what is project management? When I first decided to take on the role, didn't even know what project management is, and I don't want to say that I know now, but I'm in a better position than where I used to be before. Basically, project management is management. It's managing people, managing processes, ensuring that what's agreed is delivered on time to the agreed cost and quality. So much fun. I've never felt so aligned my skills with my calling, my work ethic. I feel so energized by doing this job, and that doesn't mean that I don't get tired, and it doesn't mean that it doesn't get too much. Sometimes it definitely does. It's, by the end of the day, work. I feel good about it. I feel excited to go to work, and it's incredible. I love this feeling. I love the feeling of knowing that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. What I'm currently working on. So I don't know whether I've mentioned in my last video, but basically the project management graduate scheme is 18 months and there are 3 rotations, 6 months each. So currently I'm on my first rotation and I'm currently working on a rail project. It's one of the biggest projects that's currently happening in the UK. I can't really talk much about it, but I'm just going to say that my team is comprised of around 600 people. It's a multidisciplinary team, so I'm working with engineers, I'm working with tunneling experts, utilities, I'm working with people responsible for the water, civil engineers, and it's so exciting. When I first joined, I was like, oh, that's boring stuff, it's quite technical. But now I find it so fascinating. As I said, it's a multidisciplinary project, so I'm having such a great exposure on so many people from different grades, and I'm constantly in communication, I'm constantly in meetings with them, and it's so exciting because I never get bored of my job because there's always something new. There's always another mini project coming up. There's always another mini initiative. There's always something that we need to produce or we need to deliver. So aligned with the program of the project. So if you don't know what program is, it's basically something like that. So we need to ensure that on every single endpoint we deliver something a deliverable or we reach a milestone. I'm given so much responsibility. I did not expect that. I did not expect to be given so much so early on. I need to be constantly working with my manager. I always say like, oh, can you double check this? Oh, can you double check that? And sometimes she just sort of like skims through my work. She's like, yeah, that's good to go. And I'm like, wait, are you sure you've read everything properly and that everything is okay? And she's like, yeah, sure. And I feel like sometimes she doesn't check enough, but it just shows how much trust I'm given. And that's so important for me so early on in my career. And as I said, I'm learning so much. I'm working with so many people on a daily basis, and I'm trying to absorb their practices, their way of communication, their way of delivering, of presenting, of negotiating, and I love it. I love this aspect of my job. A quick snippet of what I'm currently doing and what I'm currently working on daily basis. One of the things that I'm is meetings. So I find myself that I'm constantly in meetings with either the client, contractors, suppliers. If you know me, you know that I'm someone that I don't like to spend much time with people that I don't really know, I don't work closely with, I just feel insecure about it. But this job is totally pushing me out of my comfort zone, and now I feel I can see myself how I'm developing. I found out is that we're in these meetings because it's either we need to help them or they need to help us, or it's both of these things together, which I find is so nourishing and it's so collaborative and so intentional. So I realized that I love talking with people, I love helping them, I love almost like serving them with the work that I'm doing, and that gives me so much joy knowing that even though I've done like the littlest thing, this has impacted someone else's work, which has impacted someone else's work, which has impacted the project as a whole. So something else that I am responsible for is setting up different processes, ensuring that different procedures are followed, reviewing official documentations, reaching out to different stakeholders to ensure that they are inputting the correct thing in these documents. I also recently was involved in document revision, document revisions and document audit. It was a very interesting thing. I've never done such an analytical task before, and it was something that it really challenged me and made me think of different ways of data management, because there was such a large database and I had to find a way to succinct that and automate it. I love doing stuff like that. I'm also involved in so much stakeholder management and stakeholder engagement, in forecasting for resources and financials as well. I am given mini projects to manage on my own, and that's such a huge responsibility because sometimes the impact of this mini project is very huge. I'm realizing how important management is, and even though I did that at uni, I did business management, I didn't quite understood the essence of management, but it all becomes clear now to me because in my previous roles I've never been involved in pure management. I've always done a bit of a technical analysis, a bit of analytical tasks. Here I'm doing the soft side of this process, so I'm doing the management, I'm doing the negotiation, I'm doing the reaching out to other people to do this technical stuff, but I'm not doing it myself. And this is how I understood what my role was actually like and what I was expected to do. It's almost as if I'm motivating others to do their job, but not doing their job instead of them. I just want to quickly talk about how my skills match to the role. And God is so great. Like, he knew what he was doing. I would have never apply for a job like that, but he made me apply for that job. He literally put me in that position because he knew how I'll be able to utilize my skill set and the gifts that he has put in me. When that's so organized and so planned, I planned to the T. I have calendar, I have Google Calendar, I have my phone calendar, I have my planner, I have daily to-do list, weekly focus areas and things that I need to deliver by the end of each week. I know what I need to do when I need to do it. And as I said earlier, I've never felt so energized by a job, ever. I don't feel like it's a burden. It's so exciting seeing how aligned my heart is, my desires, my skills are to this job, and my whole being is completely in line and in tune with every single task that I do as part of my work. And I've never experienced anything like that, and I wish that for all of you who are out there looking for your dream job. It's so diverse. I can be doing one thing on Monday and then completely different thing on Tuesday or Wednesday. It keeps me on my toes, it keeps me excited. I never feel like too comfortable with something, and I don't like feeling too comfortable because I get bored. But this job, like, it's always like I'm always like one day I'm here, next day I'm here and doing something completely different with another team member in another mini team, and then I'm on the other side and I'm doing something on the other spectrum of project management. I love my job. So the next thing that I wanted to touch on is my challenges, because there are definitely challenges, and especially as a young woman in the corporate world, I face a lot of those. But these are not necessarily linked to my project or my role, but just being a woman in the corporate world. The first challenge is, as I said earlier, just having these meetings with people that I don't know. At the beginning, I felt so uncomfortable. I felt like I'm not good enough to be in these meetings. It's almost like imposter syndrome. And I also felt like reaching out to these people who are on much higher grades than I am, intimidated. So this was a challenge that I had to overcome. And I'm also working on my confidence in those meetings. Sometimes I have to lead meetings, sometimes I have to present in person as well. And the other challenge, which is a bit more project related, is the acronyms. Oh my goodness, there are so many acronyms for everything, anything and everything. Touch upon was rewards. And again, rewards, the biggest one is the people that I'm working with, the things that I'm learning from these people, the things that I can absorb from them, from their experience, from their work ethic, and whatever I almost like adopt it for myself. So just having the exposure to such a wide variety of professionals and disciplines on this project is helping me so much in my career to grow and develop and add new skills in my skills toolbox. And the other reward is related to my as I said, I'm working on one of the biggest and most expensive projects in England that's currently happening. Sometimes after work, I just go and pass through the site, because the site is literally like 10 minutes away from our office, and I pass around the site and I can see the progress, and I can see my team's logo at the front gate, and it gives me such a feeling of, oh my gosh, I did something which helps these people to do their job here on site, for a pipe to be put, or for something to be constructed. I can see my work manifest itself in the real world. I've never been part of a project like that, and it's absolutely fascinating to be part of it. Almost coming to an end on this project, and so far so good. I absolutely love it, and I'm so excited for my next project, see what that's gonna be like. I hope that this gave you a bit of an insight what project management is, and if you wanna something like that or explore this career path, I hope that this was helpful. And if you have any questions in terms of career paths or project management as a profession, as a career development, next steps, I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. If you need any help with your CV or cover letter, I have a few videos that I'll link in the card here or in the description box down below. And yeah, if I can help you in some way, or if you have a question, please reach out to me, and I'll be more than happy to help you with anything that I can. But yeah, I hope that this video was helpful, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.